welcome. Come on in and join me. It is time for our 3-page Thursday. We are going to read a brand new screenplay tonight. I got it off of The Gray List. bradmjohnson.com // the hyphen gray, GREY hyphen list hyphen 2024. Let's get started. What's exciting about this? I'm going to read you a little bit about it and then we'll get into the 3 pages. And here's the thing. Wow, there are so many great things to read out there. This is Skyborn, a pilot by Javier. I'm going to pronounce it Grillo, Grillo, Grillo-Marxuach. Marxuach. Oh, forgive me. I just butchered that. Marxuach. Originally developed with Jim Henson Company and Bad Wolf for Sci-Fi, Skyborn tells the saga of 6 Earthlings from vastly different walks of life who are abducted by fish-like monks from another world and given the startling news that one of them is not only the spiritual savior of the way of life, but also the linchpin in a war against a vast mechanized armada run by capitalist lizards. Sound familiar? Forced into a journey through a bizarre, comedic, and occasionally terrifying new galaxy, Skyborn is about ordinary people facing the most bizarre tests of character possible and how they come out on the other end of the experience completely different, yet completely true to the selves they left behind. This says the comps are The Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy meets Thor Ragnarok with a detour at Little Buddha. But my first impression reading about it is that this is so the Dark Crystal. Okay, a little bit about Javier Grillo-Marxuach is one of the Emmy Award-winning producers of Lost and Jim Henson's The Dark Crystal, Age of Resistance, and is currently executive producer on the hit Netflix series The Witcher. His work includes stints as writer-producer on From, Cowboy Bebop, Blood and Treasure, Raising Dion, The 100, Medium, Boomtown, and The Original Charmed. An advocate of mentorship and education, Javi and his family have granted scholarships for writers at the University of Southern California School of Cinematic Arts and the Creative Writing Program at Carnegie Mellon University. Javi is co-host and co-creator of the Children of Tendu podcast, an educational series for aspiring television writers. Javi is Puerto Rican. Oh my gosh, I just found it. And his name is pronounced Javier Grillo-Marxuach. Okay, now what's fun about what we're going to read is that this is available for purchase. It's available for production. If anybody's interested, if you go to bradmjohnson.com, the Gray List 2024, there is a way to contact his representatives, Josh Goldenberg and Michael Wilson of Kaplan Perone Management. Okay, now we have all of the details about the project. Let's jump in. The link is in the description of the live so that if you want to click on that link in there, it'll take you to the script. It'll look like this. And let's get started. Skyborn. This is the pilot episode, and it's the Shroud of Castafron. Teaser. Oh, let me show you one more time. See where we're starting? Okay, just in case you want to jump in. Teaser. Darkness. A foreboding drone, a vertical shaft of light. Wider to reveal, the shaft is the divide between doors, opening to show a Cylon commander. Yes, the gold robot from the 1978 series. The Cylon commander clears frame to reveal 2 child-sized colonial warriors in dress blues and capes, stepping out the front door of interior-exterior, a suburban home in London, Ontario. Day. As the three move toward a minivan on the driveway, Cylon, Comic-Con awaits, warriors. The older of the two, William, who's 12, tugs on the Cylon's cape. William, Dad, can we? Dad. And the Cylon turns to face his son as he removes the helmet to reveal sci-fi geek and cosplay dad, Phil Winbush, who's 40 and black. Phil, what's the matter, Will? Come on, buddy. The con is on, right? William looks away, not wanting to speak, but eventually William says, Dad, I kind of don't want. And William's, I don't want to dress up like this anymore. It's not my jam. And Phil, not your jam. We made this costume together. William, you love this. And William says, I don't, Dad. You do. I just don't think this stuff is. And Phil says, don't think it's what? William hunts for the right words, and he only wants to hurt his father less than he wants to go to another Comic-Con. William says, realistic. The good guys always win in your movies, Dad. It's fakey and dumb. Tears off his cape. Look at the real world. This stuff's just silly. That was like a shiv in Phil's throat. And before he can speak, Michelle, Orty's suburban mom, steps out wielding her phone. Wait, Phil, I need a picture. She pecks Phil on the lips. Come on, helmet on. Awkward. Phil puts his helmet on. Phil and his youngest son strike a pose. William, petulant, doesn't. And Michelle, okay, everybody, say dilithium. Phil and his youngest, dilithium. As Michelle snaps, an otherworldly roar shakes the air as a colorful shaft of spectral light engulfs Phil. A luminous column of multicolored brilliance that rivals the Nordic Bifrost, the Bridge to Valhalla, or Asgard for Marvel fans, in magic and spectacle. The light levitates Phil, accelerating as it takes him into the clouds, and as Phil vanishes into the upper atmosphere, smash cut to exterior, the bean-thinking coffee cart, South Bank, London, day. On the riverside walk with a touristy view of the Thames, I think it's the River Thames? Ooh. Anyhow, Sasha Fury, mid to late teens, leather vest, haircut with shaved sides, Doc Martens, hands a cup to a client, but her eyes rest nervously on the next person in line, a smug, bow-tie-wearing man in his 50s. Bowtie says, extra large cold mocha, no foam, 2 pumps vanilla, 3 sugars, whipped cream, salted caramel, walnut sprinkles. Sasha blends, mixes, and musters her courage. But for what? Sasha says, so you're Ian Moore, the columnist for the Nightly Mirror. You were on Head to Head last week. You said you wished England could go back to how homosexuals were treated in the 50s. You said that out loud on TV. And Bowtie says, hey, I just want a coffee. And Sasha's voice grows louder as she backs him away, brandishing his coffee cup like a weapon. She says, and I want to live my life without being judged, but it's very hard with men like you spewing hate on television. You want a coffee? I want to kick your fascist. Bowtie pulls out a can of pepper spray and fires. As he then runs away, Sasha falls to her knees and screams, and she is engulfed by the light and sound and levitated. Her body flies into the wild blue yonder. Smash cut. Interior, a 2-lane blacktop somewhere in northern Texas. Day. It's flat, dusty, endless. Smoke and aerosolized oil stream from a 1987 Buick Regal as it groans to a stop. The driver's side door opens to reveal Travis Early, 35, hard shiner over his left eye, bloodstain on his denim shirt. Shaking his head and putting on his cowboy hat, Travis takes a large Gatorade bottle full of yellow liquid from the well by his seat and pours it out onto the blacktop. He looks at the car. He doesn't even have to open the hood to know it's a goner. Then takes his flip phone from the seat. No service, battery low. Travis looks to the searing sun and reaches in again and pulls out a Polaroid of a beautiful woman. He looks at her for a moment. He loves her. And Travis says, "Don't you give up on me, Wendy." He slips a picture into his back pocket, slams the car door shut, and walks down the endless and solitary road. The light takes him up. Smash cut to interior, Shinsegae department store, Seoul, Korea, night. Luxury goods. Minaha, dressed like a rich wife, 42, model, pretty, a little Pomeranian in one hand, and 32 years old. Stands surrounded by high-end bags. Chanel, Hermes, Cesare Paciotti. A server brings a porcelain cup of espresso on a silver tray. Two private shoppers step forward with a colorful Louis Vuitton bag. All dialogue is in subtitled Korean. The private shopper says, "This Louis Vuitton was designed in collaboration with the Japanese postmodernist Kentaro Nagayama. Only 500 were made." Mina looks to a really well-dressed man, 50s, on a comfortable chair a few feet away, also sipping coffee, while looking at his looks up. Mina turns back and holds up her little Pomeranian. "It's not big enough for Bomi." And the first shopper steps aside, and the second steps up, holding another bag, which Mina takes as he speaks. Private shopper number 2 says, "This is going to make everyone forget the Birkin. Only 20 were produced at Rousseau's workshop, and it's big enough for Bomi." We should read just one more page. This is so good. I want to know what happens next. Mina puts Bomi in the bag, smiling, and then looks to the man, who glances up from his phone and nods. Bomi yaps with delight, but before Mina can say anything, the light crashes through the store roof and gets her. And as she rises, the stunned shopper, reaching for the bag, smash too. I'll stop there. Wow, we read 5 pages. It's good. It's good. I think one of my favorite tests of a script is, especially something new that I'm reading, is do I want to know what happens next? We said we'd read 3 pages, and I felt like I want to know what happens next, because if there's an Asgardian Bifrost style light vanquishing people to another realm, 1, I want to know why. 2, I want to know where they're going. 3, I want to know what happens on the other side of the light. I will keep reading Skyborn. I also happen to love science fiction, so I'm going to keep reading this. I hope you'll give it a look. Something about bradmjohnson.com, The Gray List 2024, is that it is all fresh, brand new writers. Javi seems to have some credits, and that's beautiful. You can tell he has a style to his writing. Though I encourage you to check out The Gray List, because there, if you've ever gone to the theater and you see movie version 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, there are so many brilliant stories that just haven't been produced. Support your independent writers, and read it and share it, and you never know what could happen. Honestly, from first glance, I'd love to see this produced so I could see what happens next. Thank you so much for joining me today. This live is just such a joy to do 3-page Thursday. Now, let me know in the comments, what you think of the story? What would you like to read next? Do you have a screenplay that you would like read on 3-page Thursday? If you do, DM me and let's do it. All right, everybody, I'm Sherilyn. Thank you so much for joining me tonight for our 3-page Thursday of Skyborn. It was really good. I'm going to keep reading. I hope you guys have a great night, and thanks so much for joining me.